Wow, first of all, everyone, thank you so much to come here today. It's exciting. So many people from so many countries, from all around the world. Wow, today it's a special day for us, for me, for Points of View. In general, it's a special day. It's the 21st of June, but it's more than that. And I'm very, very excited and happy to be here with you guys. I'm Yaron, Points of View co-founder, and I see here some familiar faces from all around the world. Some of you completely new to Points of View. So welcome all. Thank you very much for taking the time, for coming, to find a spot in your busy schedule and to be here. So really, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And we have a very special webinar that is going to bring some interesting observations and insights about organizational training, about some of the challenges that organizations are facing, and of course, the power of photos and metaphors as an amazing tool in training. So this is one, and it's also going to be interesting because we are going to share with you today. It's actually a big day for the team, for me, because we are going to officially launch today a very exciting new program and an amazing new tool of Points of View. When I was preparing myself to the session today, I felt like 18 years ago when we were just launching Points of View, the coaching game. Not everybody understood what it's going to be all about, but I had a very strong feeling that it's going to be a game changer for professionals all around the world, for people in general. And after the game was out, suddenly it was really revolutionized. Sorry for my English, but I think you understand. Coaching and training and facilitating. And I have a feeling that what we are going to share with you today briefly, just to give you a glimpse, our new solution for organizations and managers is going to do the same revolution, but now in organizations. So I'm very, very excited. We worked very hard. Marek, Nimrod here, I think Oli is here, Yarit, Shani, Dima, the whole team. We worked very hard, so I'm going to share it with you as well. And that's it. So let's start. I will just say maybe one more thing about the date. We chose on purpose the 21st of June. I think in the essence, it really brings Points of View to life because for some of us right now, it's the shortest day of the year. And at the same time, for some of us, it's the longest day of the year. And this is Points of View. This is what it's all about. And also there is magic in this shifting mode, the energy. For some of us from today onwards, it's going to get shorter and shorter or longer and longer. And I'm inviting all of us to use this energy of today to invite transformation, to take advantage of this shifting mode anywhere you would like to bring it to your life. So during the day, ask yourself, what am I really shifting right now in my life? Welcome, Norway. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen just a second. Let me see how I share it. Okay. Just a second. Marek, are we recording? Everything is recorded, right? Good. Okay. So, as you know, the session today is about transforming organizational training with the power of photos and metaphors. Some of you are already familiar, some of you completely new, and I'm going to give the basic and some observations about this amazing tool. So we have two objectives for today. One of them is to explore innovative methodologies for the new manager, and I'm going to share with you some insights and some observations about the old manager, the new manager, and also to understand the power of photos and metaphors in organizational training. These are two objectives for today. For those of you who are completely new to Points of View, in Points of View, we are empowering growth through experiential learning. We are doing it for many years. We are working with organizations from huge ones, like the ones that you can see here, Google, Coca-Cola, NASA, IBM, Also with startups, with small companies, all kind of levels, from the employees to the managers, C-level, all kind. Besides that, we are doing a lot of work for many years with professionals, coaches, therapists, psychologists, and also with individuals around the world. So before we are going to start, I'm going to share with you very briefly some interesting insights of workplace trends from the last Gallup 2024 workplace reports just published not long ago, I think a week ago, something like that. So if you didn't read it so far, I'm suggesting you to go read it. It's very interesting. Not everything is going to surprise you, I promise you, but some points I would like to mention. So the first insight from this report is that only 23% of employees are engaged. First of all, there is a good part about it, because in the last 2 years, the employee engagement was increasing. In the last year, by the way, it stuck on 23%, and this is a very sad insight. First of all, employee engagement means the level of connectivity that employees have to the organization goals, purpose, vision, how much they are really involved emotionally in what the organization brings, the message, the content, the products, the services. So only 23% of employees feels that they are really connected to the organization. This is a crazy data. And in the end, it's impacting the ability of any organization to grow and to be productive when only 23% of their team force are really connected in the higher levels. So this is one very interesting point. The second one, which is very connected, is the feelings of belongings are low. Team connection is suffering. And again, it's connected to the first data, because once our level of engagement is low, then obviously we are feeling that we are not heard, we are not seen, we don't feel that this is our place. We feel a significant lack of belonging to the workplace. And we can see it, by the way, in different kind of generations, especially in the Z generation, and the level of commitment to the workplace is very low. They get a good offer from another organization, they leave, they have another idea. People, when they don't feel belong, when we don't feel belong, we have no problem to move forward. And again, in the end, it affects dramatically the bottom line of every or any organization. Another thing is that it's going to get worse and worse. This is also the focus for the future. Employees are stressed and disconnected. And again, everything is in the end, in a way, synchronized, because when we are not engaged and we don't feel belong, this is when we start to get worried. We start to feel stressed. We are bothered all the time. If this is the right place, this is what I want to do. I want to be here. I want to be there. I'm not satisfied. And we can see it more and more all over the world, that the mental health issues becoming a significant issue for lots of organizations and employers around the world. And it's, again, in the forecast, it's going to get worse, including, by the way, some of the challenges that are happening around the world, with some war zones, with the quiet resignation, different kind of things impact this even more. Now, the amazing thing is that, and this is something that we can all understand and agree, that nothing will change unless our approach shifts. One of the insights that most of the organization understand that there need to be a change, but there is a big gap between understanding it and between the ability to really manifest it. So this is briefly some of the points that I chose to bring. Again, there are many other things that I'm recommending you. Go check it. It's available online in some places. So I think it will bring some insights. I want to share with you, continuing that observations, another concept. We call it, in points of view, the old manager methodologies. And the old manager methodologies, it's something that I think we are all familiar with. It's something, it's not black and white also. Soon I will show you the opposite, but all of us personally, individually, and also organizational wise, we have those two parts, including the old manager methodologies. And let's talk a little bit about the characteristic of an old manager methodologies. The first one, the old manager, the way that he or she thinks, it's top-down decisions making. What this manager is interested mainly is that he or she will tell the employee what to do, and they need to do it fast and deliver. They don't care necessarily what they have to say. They don't care about what they think or feel. They have a mission, they have a job, they have an assignment, you do it, period. So this is one very clear something methodology of the old manager. Another thing is reactive to problem solving. The old manager style reacts in general. It doesn't take the time to think in advance of what's going to happen. Usually a situation comes to the surface, and all day long, in most of the scenarios, the old manager is fixing problems. He or she have lots of balls in the air juggling, and every 10 seconds another one comes, and it becomes more and more challenge. And this is how they are behaving most of the time, reacting to the problems. Doesn't matter if it's an important problem, if it's only an urgent problem, they solve it. Another very interesting thing about the old manager methodology, it's limited employee engagement. For example, the old manager doesn't really care to receive feedback from their employee. They don't really care what the employee think about the way that they are doing their job. If there is something that needs to be improved, they don't have the time for it. They don't have the patience for it. Again, they want only results. So the effect of it, it's a low and limited employee engagement. Nobody cares what they think. And again, I'm taking it now to the extreme. It's not always like that. It's not only in the extreme, and still there is a very long range that it's still a very old school, old manager way of thinking. Another thing that it's very clear about old manager methodologies, it's the focus on compliance. There are rules, there are standards, there are processes. This is what you need to follow. Every time you go a little bit out of the line, there is a breakdown, system stuck, and they don't have any patience for someone who is not working compliance-wise. And again, any space for the employees to move a little bit, to bring the creativity, to do the changes. You have to follow the rules. Doesn't matter if it's good, it's bad, there is a rule. This is what you do, period. Something very clear about the old manager methodology, that the dominant mode is doing. Results, actions, as much as you will do more, it's better. Doesn't matter if it's necessarily effective, if it brings the results, but their approach, if I will put effort, then it will happen. If something doesn't happen, I will have to put more force into it. So this is, again, it doesn't mean that they don't have other side, but most of the time, this is the dominant side, and there is a lot of price and cost for these old manager methodologies, by the way. Organizational, first of all, it's clear. We saw it before in the report. Level of engagement, feeling of belonging, they are very clear, and we will talk about it soon also, prices that the organization pays for this approach. But something that becomes more and more clear and aware around the world, there are personal prices that the manager is paying as well, with his health. Being all the time in this high level of energy, all the time in a movement, in action, in doing, the well-being of the manager, the level of feeling exhausted is becoming a very significant problem. Life-work balance, if there is something called life-work balance, most of the time it's not really there. And so there are huge prices and costs for this kind of approach. So this is the old manager. Let's have a look also about the new manager methodologies. Now, as I said, it's not black and white. And also something that is happening into the world is shifting. There is a big understanding, like I shared with you also, and I think most of us here either work in organizations in training and development or delivering it. We can see that there is much more awareness for the well-being of the employees, for the new methodologies, but still there is a huge gap between this understanding. And soon we will see how we can bridge this gap. But let's understand what is the new manager methodologies. So the first thing, very clear about the new manager, it's collaborative decision making. The new manager doesn't care. It's not about the ego. I make a decision, you do it. They don't think that all the wisdom and all the experience they have, they understand that the diverse team that they have maybe is much more smart and wise than themselves. The new manager is trying to make all the surroundings bring their point of view, share their thoughts, and through that they are making their decisions. The second thing is the employee engagement. The new manager asks, how do you feel? I think, by the way, and this is something we can see it in the last year, we did so much work with organizations all around the world, and something that becomes like a critical understanding, by the way, it's not the employee engagement, it's this caring. You know, all these new generations also in the organizations, they are looking for something different and caring. And again, in the beginning, by the way, why should a manager should be caring to their employees? Again, they are here, they're getting paid, they need to deliver. No, but the understanding that my employees, in a way, they are like my children. I need to take care of them. I need to make sure that they're feeling okay. Once I'm showing caring to them, once I'm asking them, how do you feel? But I'm doing it not only to do a check mark, but because I really care. Maybe I can help. This caring, by the way, if I want you to take something from the whole presentation today and everything I'm going to tell you, it's this caring. This is something that we are seeing more and more organizations starting to understand the power of caring as a manager. And this is a part of what we are teaching them, how to do it with the points of view tools, because this is a game changer. When employee feels that their manager cares, they feel committed. They feel that they want to be a part. They feel that they want to show up, to bring themselves. This is the place where they want to be. So again, I'm going to continue, but caring, this is one of the important words for me for today. The new manager is focusing on development and coaching. They understand that their role is not only about management, that their employee development, it's not a nice to have, it's a must have. They understand that they have to act as coaches. And acting as coaches, again, not from the old manager point of view, when again, I'm coming and I'm telling you what to do and you do it, I say you do. No. Focusing on the development and coaching, or to be as a coach in a way to challenge their employees with love. Again, with the caring. To challenge them in a way that can really bring added value to the employee life, and at the same time, it will happen also for the organization. So, focus on development and coaching. Another very clear methodology of the new manager is to be proactive and strategic planning. The new manager doesn't wait for crisis to happen. They have the ability, and soon I will share with you why, they have the ability in advance to know that something is not working. And it's only a question of a day, a week, a month, or maybe even 6 months until the physical world will manifest it. They don't have to wait for it to react for it. They see it long time before it happens because they spend time on being, on planning and being proactive, and it leads us to actually the dominant mode of the new manager methodology. It's the being mode. This is why, by the way, the new manager is available to care, to plan. They're taking the time. They understand that it's not only about doing action, let's move forward. They understand that they have to find a balance to just be. And something that is very clear, by the way, and we see it all around the world, I'm sure that you see it as well, by the way, I know it for myself, this struggle. My automatic pattern as well is doing. This is where I'm coming from. Most of us in the Western world, this is our approach. And more we find ourselves, managers, organizations, leaders around the world, that we lack the ability to be in a being mode. We don't have this skill. It's a skill. It's a skill that nobody taught us at home. I remember when I was a young kid, yesterday I was sharing it with someone, when I used to hear my mother comes to the parking lot, I was, I was like 10 years old, watching TV, enjoying myself after school, and I just hear the sound of my mother coming home, putting the arm brake up. I hear the sound, I was automatically getting stressed, getting up, looking for something to do, going to fix the dishes, fix the towels, something to do, because when my mother comes home, the first question is going to be, what? You didn't do anything? Nobody teaches us that sometimes not to do nothing can be a bless. It's a skill. It's a skill that more and more managers today around the world understand the value of it. Again, it's a part of the development of the world. Again, understanding the well-being, but it's a skill that even though most of us understand it, still we are not really, I will not say masters in using or being in a mode being, but we are very far away from being able to choose this distinction between being or in an action mode. Breathing, some being mode. So, by the way, something that we noticed also, that the world, people, organization, very similar like individuals, we have the tendency to move from one extreme to the other extreme. From being totally in a doing mode, then we are quitting, we are doing that, and we're trying to be completely in a being mode. And something very interesting, by the way, you know that most of the fatal accidents around the world happens, you know why? They happens not because people are falling asleep when they are driving. The most fatal accident happens when we are falling asleep on the wheel while we are driving in the night. Slowly, when our eyes closed, the wheel starts to move either to the left or to the right. And then at one point we wake up, and we wake up in such a, we are overwhelmed and we are breaking the wheel to the other side. And this is, by the way, when most of the fatal accidents happens, because when we are waking up and we are so I want to share with you that something that we understood in Points of View, working with so many organizations and managers all around the world in different cultures, that it's not about the mind, the doing mode, it's not about the heart, more the being mode. It's not either way, it's to find the right way to connect them, to be able to be so skilled and to break my patterns. So at one scenario, when the right time is right now for me to be in a being mode, to put aside the doing, and to come to my employee and to put the work aside and just to look at them really honestly and to ask them, how are you? I see that something is going on with you. Let's go have a coffee. I really want to see, how are you doing? And in some other scenarios, the best thing to do is to shake things down, be very focused, and break them into a very clear action. So this is what we do in Points of View, by the way. We are connecting between the mind and the heart, the doing and the being, and we are doing it through different kind of experiential methodologies, all kind. For those of you who know Points of View, it starts, by the way, from doing a pause, something we started 18 years ago. Today, again, well-being, meditation, it's something familiar everywhere. To be honest, I'm telling you, 18 years ago, I remember the first time I entered a room of executives. It was in 2007 with Points of View, with the coaching game. And I knew that I'm going to put some music and I'm going to ask them to close their eyes. I cannot even believe the reaction they had. They were shocked. And to tell you the truth, I was very scared as well, because I knew that it's going to be so outside of the box invitation that I was scared that they're not going to collaborate with it. And I said, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I will do it. I'm not. But I felt that this is a part of what is the calling of Points of View, to bring pause into this hectic life. And the same reaction that I had before I entered the room and the head and the face, when we left, after we did a workshop over there and the experience, most of them for the first time, pause. I didn't even call it meditation, although pause, it's meditation, because back then, 18 years ago, meditation was something, for hippies, for people in the Himalaya. It's not for the business world. The amazing thing happened that once the workshop was over and I ask participants, what is your main takeaway from the workshop? And again, I'm telling you, I came with the coaching game, and they were using it and so many things with the cards. So you know what was the most significant insight or takeaway from 90% of the participants was to pause, to close my eyes. I didn't do it since I was a teenager. And today, when you invited me to close my eyes, I remembered when I used to sit in my room, put music, listen to the music with myself. Wow! This is what I take from today, the ability to close my eyes and to pause. So in points of view, we are using different kind of experiential learning methodologies, from pause, from walking in nature outside, from using metaphors and photos, music, all kind of experiential methodologies in order to connect between the mind and the heart and to create a new skill set for every manager to be able to use them in any specific moment when it's precise. And again, I want to share with you very briefly why we do it with photos and metaphors. You know, photos and metaphors, when we started 18 years ago, it wasn't like it was today. Amazingly, photos became the language of the 21st century. This is how we communicate. And if I ask some of you today, if you took a photograph, I believe that most of you took a photograph today with your iPhone. I'm not talking even about, again, the younger generation, the Z generation. This is how they perceive information, visually, fast. So photography and metaphors, in the end, metaphors, emojis, this is the language. By the way, it's not only the language of the 21st century. Very interestingly, that was the language also maybe even 20,000 years ago in the caves. You know, when they used to use in the cave to tell the story, they use it also with metaphors, with symbols. It's coming back. So it's the language of the 21st century. Through the photographs, we can very easily understand information. A photograph's worth 1,000 words for years, hundreds of years. This is a saying. So first of all, it's the language of the 21st century. The second thing is emotional engagement. When we are looking at the photograph, what it's doing, a physical photograph, when I'm looking at a card, a points of view card or whatever, or any kind of photograph, it's triggering our own inner photo album of different experiences that happened to me during my life. Some of them are negative and very sad and painful. Some of them are filled with joy and love. And many times the way that our mind, our brain works, it's put in capture all those emotions, all the energy, all the sensations, all the insights, all the experience. They put it in a one frame of visual or a sequence of visuals that have so much energy and information inside of it. This is emotional engagement. Through photographs, it really triggers a huge inner world of emotions. The third thing is creative thinking. Beautiful thing that we can do with the visual, or especially, by the way, with realistic photographs like the one in points of view. And by the way, this is the reason why we chose realistic photographs and not animation or illustrations. Because this is how our brain also looks. He perceives reality. When you are working with visuals, with photos that are also based on reality, you actually have the ability to expand reality. Think about it. If I now take a photo, a realistic photo, and I can paint it, or I can even imagine like the one, what we are doing in points of view facilitation, when I invite the participant, look at the photo, try to imagine what happened 1 minute before, what happened 1 minute after. When I'm inviting participants to try to expand their point of view and imagine what else maybe there are on the left side of the photo, on the right, I'm encouraging and triggering creative thinking. I'm taking their limitation to another level. Reality is no more a border. Another thing, it's cultural and team building. Visuals and metaphors tell a story. By the way, most of us, we don't even realize it. And sometimes we are choosing different kind of stories photos for our Facebook or Instagram or our photo album, we don't always understand that we are telling a story, and we are not always precise in the story that we are telling, but we are telling a story, even if we do it unconscious. Culture and DNA of a company, of our lives, is made from visuals. Again, either visuals that we have inside ourselves or our photo albums that we show our children when they are small and key to the family. We have like, this is the showroom. And metaphors and visuals improves learning and retention in a significant way. I'm going to tell you two crazy datas. One, visual aids, using visuals in your training improves effectiveness in 83%. This is the difference. This is one thing. The second thing is the level of engagement when we are using photographs increases in 43%, and it's much more persuasive when we are using photographs and visuals. Our ability to influence through words or didactically or through visuals increased in 43%. This is the numbers. It's crazy. So before I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to share with you two case studies. If anybody have anything you want to mention, ask, or share about what I just shared, if there is any resonance in you about it, we are going to have time for questions later. But if anybody wants to say anything, you can just unmute yourself. We have 2-3 minutes before I'm going to continue. So if you feel you want to say something, just do it. Okay. I'm going to continue. So the second part now, I want to share with you some case studies. We did so much work in the last year and a half with organizations, as I said before, with managers and employees in all levels and in different cultures, in the Middle East, in the Far East, in LATAM, North America, and there is so much knowledge and experience we gain from that, and this is a part of what I will share with you soon. So I want to share with you two case studies from that we chose, Marek and me. The first one I'm going to share with you with international food and beverage company, one of the leading one in the world, that we did a process over there. We worked with two audiences. One of them was HR and OD managers in different levels, including seniors levels. And the other group was internal coaches of this company. That their job, by the way, those internal coaches, they are also managers in the organizations that learned coaching as a part of the structure of the organization. They are paying it forward and coaching other employees in the organizations. And the challenge that they had, one, that the company training and development is old school, very logical, you know, standing in front of a board, writing. I say, you do, you write it down. This is the way that the training and learning processes in the organization, and they perceived as very boring to the employees and the assessments that they did. And the second thing is that they found it very difficult, the coaches, to open up the coaches, especially since they don't know each other, but both of them are employees of the organization. So they couldn't really penetrate a little bit deeper to a very significant conversation. So, and again, I'm sharing you briefly right now. What we did in the organization, we did a few things. First of all, we started to do train-the-trainer workshops for the whole team. It's a huge team of HR and OD managers, teaching them how to use points of view tools, specifically Speak Up, in different kind of processes, from interviews, bringing new employees and interviewing them in a little bit more, not little bit, in a significantly more engaging and interesting way, visual way, onboarding processes, feedback, assessment, employee assessments. By the way, one of the things that we identified that many organizations struggle around the world with the assessments of the employees. It's something that no manager really likes to do. It's a tough work. Usually they do it, you know, they just do a check mark. They want to finish it. They feel embarrassed. They don't know what to ask. we found, by the way, that one of the significant ways for us to improve and to contribute to organization is to teach them to do feedback and assessment with points of view. With the points of view tools, with Speak Up, it changes the whole atmosphere. And sometimes in the pre-meeting, before the assessments, when they are doing a very short engagement, the manager with the employee, it changes dramatically. Again, I can show you numbers later on. It's unbelievable, the level of feedback that they got after these assessments. So we taught them how to use Speak Up in different kind of HR processes all across the organization. And the second thing, we taught the managers who are also working as coaches how to use the Speak Up toolkit to enhance engagement and openness, and how to help the coachee from the other side that knows that the coach is a manager in the organization to forget about it and to really feel that this meeting is authentic and that they can open up and they can share their struggles, the challenges, their aspirations with the manager coach, and to do it in a way that they are trusting them. And again, the responses are crazy. Just look at the numbers here, by the way, after the feedbacks of the whole process that we did. It was a long process. 98% wrote in the feedback that it's a useful content for them. 100%, this is something really, we were talking about it afterwards. It's something that unbelievable, that the workshop were engaging. But for those of you who know points of view, then it's not surprising because this is points of view style. And another amazing input, it's that 96% of the participants implemented key tools that we taught them in the organization. So this is a very brief case study number one. I want to share with you case study number two, that in completely different company and environment, a global pharmaceutical company, again, one of the leading ones, huge. And over there, we worked with the strategy department, with the business partners in the strategy departments. And the challenge that they were facing was two. One, to establish assertive partnerships with the company stakeholders. They were talking about that the business partners, and because it's a pharmaceutical company, they are not coming, from a world of human connection. They are coming more from the numbers, the statistics, the science. They not always, have the emotional intelligence to connect, to talk, to share. And some struggle that they had when they were meeting the stakeholders, that they felt they couldn't speak their truth. They couldn't say what they think. They found themselves suddenly, doesn't know how to communicate to the other side, even things that might be more challenging, that might be more not easy for them to listen, but are very crucial and important. So they shut themselves up. They didn't do anything, and this is how they came to us. They wanted to learn some critical ways of communicating and being more assertive with the stakeholders. Again, being assertive without being aggressive. Some of them, because emotional intelligence and communication relationship, it's not a strong side. When they try to do it, they became aggressive, and they came with too much forcefulness, and they got the opposite reaction. So the idea was to teach them how to become assertive, but without being aggressive. The second challenge that we had, and really that was a big challenge to Marek and me here to manage the whole thing. It's a distributed team all around the world. Lots of people, some of them in Europe, in the US, in LATAM, all around the world. And the challenge for them was that they meet only online, and usually the meeting online are very limited, again, engagement level. And so they feel that they cannot really connect everyone and put everybody on the same page and really deliver what they want to deliver emotionally wise, not only through the content. So what we did, first of all, we took them through a long process of training to teach them how to manage and handle crucial conversations with the stakeholders. We taught them how to use Speak Up, the point of view tools, the visuals, in order to be able to create a very clear mutual expectations that will allow them to really speak, to put everything on the table, to put the cards on the table, and to do it in a way that invites collaboration. It's not inviting, again, fighting. So it was a very interesting process. So again, it's people that this is not their language. And I'm connecting it to the old manager methodologies. In their approach, they are old managers. The skill of emotional intelligence, of being able to have a conversation that is more emotional and that is really more engaging, it was a different skill for them. And again, it was amazing to see the process that they went through. And the second thing is we did an online virtual process with Speak Up Digital. For those of you who know Speak Up Digital, it's an amazing tool. And we had, in the trainings, we had a group of about 20-something people sitting in Amsterdam, working with us. We had another team working in the US, another like 15 or something like that. We had people connecting online from all around the world. All of them, we used the digital solution. So even when they were based in Amsterdam, they used their computers, mobiles to do the process with points of view. And again, the feedback were amazing. I chose a specific testimonial that we got afterwards from the senior director. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for such a great learning experience and overall support to help us be assertive partners. The response were unbelievable. They were shocked. Now, I cannot tell you how much time we invested before the process in making them assure that it will work. They never did something like that. Again, this is a global pharmaceutical. They are completely old school. They never did something with visuals, with metaphors, and they are not really. So really, we spent like 6, 7, 8 meetings before the training, coming, the whole management team, everything is going to be okay. I did some work with them. Mark did some work with them. And so the response afterward, like, it was mind-blowing for them. So again, these are two case studies that for me also represents the old manager versus the new manager and the methodologies. And sometimes that all it takes, it's to teach very patiently skills using photos and metaphors and experiential methodologies, and to do it in a way that the old manager can really contain step by step, small bites, and then breakthrough are happening. By the way, this is how in the last year we decided that we are going to create our new solutions. From doing so much work with so many organizations, we understood that first of all, to teach those managers those skills, it needs to be something, a process, very delicate process, that it's possible, and we need to come with a very clear methodologies and very structured solution that will help those new old managers to adapt new methodologies. And that we understood that we have to do what we did, we have to duplicate it and to bring it to more organizations, to be able to use it, to bring it to more professionals around the world so they will be able to use it. So this is one, and I'm going to share with you this new program that we developed especially for it. And something else, which I think, again, this is the big deal. We noticed that all the points of view tools are amazing. Sorry, I'm not objective, but I think some of you who knows points of view will agree. When a facilitator, a trainer comes to the organization, usually you have one tool, he or she have one tool. They are working with the whole group. No matter how engaging it's going to be, in the end, they take out the cards and they go. And the group not necessarily stays with something tangible in their hands, because most of the time, let's face it, points of view tools are expensive to have it for every employee. It's sometimes, most of the time, it's above the budget. So only the trainer have the tool, and the trainer always is afraid, he or she afraid, that somebody is going to take the card. So they are making sure that all the cards coming back. And we noticed that in some points when we used tangible participant kits, that participants have something that stays with them, something that is inspiring, something that allows them to capture their insights, their observations, something that triggers their inspiration. And they have also a set of photos, of cards, of question cards, of different kind of materials, visual materials, like I told you before. The results are becoming even more amazing. So this is what I'm going to share with you again today, only briefly, but this is a part of the solution that we worked so hard in the last months after doing so many trainings to bring it to the market. And today, actually, you are not the first group, because it just arrived few days ago, the original ones. So we did it already in another group, but you are one of the first that we are officially launching this new solution. So first of all, I want to say something about the program. From taking all this experience, all this knowledge, and figuring out how we make it more accessible for other professionals around the world, for organizations, we came out with the business trainer certification. The purpose of this certification is to elevate your training skills, to take them to the next level. And in this training, we are going to do different kind of things. One of them is experiential learning skills. And again, many of you may be already adapting. Some of you, it's very far away from what you are doing today. Some of us, including myself, we are, I'm not saying that I'm old school, but anyway, I'm X generation. Our way of perceiving information is different than the millennial or the Z generation. So we understand that to teach facilitators to come with confidence, with new experiential learning skill, it takes some time. And it needs to be something that they will feel comfortable to do step by step. And this is what we are going to do in this program. We have powerful experiential learning skills that we are going to teach the participants of this program. The participants, by the way, are coaches, trainers, business consultants, organization consultants, or HR, OD, LD, personnel from organizations who wants to expand their toolkit. So it's going to be all about experiential learning skills. This is one. The second thing is, in the last year, after doing so many programs, we came up with some flagship program of points of view that are really answering specific needs. We developed 4 different official points of view programs. One of them called Click and Connect. It's for increasing bonding and belonging of the employees and the manager. Another one, it's about, we call it team fusion. It's how to take the strengths of each individual in the team and bring them all together into a fusion that brings performance and result. Another one, it's about how to create a very clear culture and DNA of the organization that will help the organization reach the results and retell the story. And the fourth one, it's the train the trainer. We understood that we have to come with a practical train the trainer for HR, for managers, for ODs that are not only experience-based, but are very practical, that they can take it, plug and play, and the next day they can deliver it for the team. So we have a new train the trainer that is completely designed for those HR, OD, and managers. And again, like points of view style, those new workshops are completely branded, and you will see soon also not only with the materials, but also the look and feel. It's beautiful and wow. So this is a part of what we are going to teach our business trainers, how to deliver those 4 new points of view workshops. And we have some more workshops coming soon. And the real deal, and I'm not going to talk too much about it, although I really want, because this is the real deal. It's our new Click It. It's our new innovative training kit, our new participant kit that every participant in your training is going to receive. And again, we will send you materials later on, but this is how it looks, just to give you an idea. It's beautifully designed. This is just a taste. Comes even with a beautiful pen. And inside, maybe I will open just a little bit. Inside, it's all making you inspired, and with cards, it opens up, it tears up, it's with perforations. And again, I'm holding myself not to show you everything, and also with a journal. And inside the journal, there are loads of activities and things that participant can do with the facilitator, sticky notes. And on the other side, there are some stickers that you can add. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about it right now. I promise you will get more details later. We have 4 different Click It. I love this sentence. Okay. So this is another one. We have this beautiful one, also one of my favorite. Okay. And the idea again is to have for each participant a powerful kit that they can take home with them, that they can reuse it, they can bring it to the office, they can create a beautiful collage, vision board, team board, and they can use it ongoing, and it will always inspire them. It's versatile, and it's Also, by the way, we already have organization that we are going to customize this kit for them. So there is a huge potential also, by the way, in that. And for our trainers, they're going to get a very, very good price they're going to use it. They're going to learn how to use it in our program. And it's also, they're going to offer it, including white label, logos of the companies. I'm not going to talk right now about it, but there are huge, huge potential. And I believe that this Click It, it's going to be the big next thing in 5-10 years when we talk. I think this is going to be a turning point in Points of View life, like the coaching game 18 years ago. My presentation is gone, or I just don't see it myself?
If you could share it, I switched it off so we could click it on big screen.
Okay, thank you, Marikush. So I'm going back to my presentation. I'm going to finish very briefly. Wow, it's okay. So certification and accreditation, our business trainers are going to be certified, and they are going to give certifications. In each of the Click It, by the way, there is a QR code. Participants scan it. They go online. They get a certificate of attendance with your name on it. And they have a certificate of general attendance. And they have specific Train the Trainer certification. Accreditation from ICF, SHRM, including the Train the Trainer that you are going to provide. Those people, they are going to get also ICF, CCUs, and SHRM. Ongoing professional development to keep you all the time dated with some new developments, and not only professional, by the way, also marketing and lots of things that we are going to bring to our team, and business opportunities. And I want to say something. We are not, this program, again, we are not doing it for the business to generate money from people who are signing up. We are into building an elite group of trainers worldwide in different regions, in different countries. People that, first of all, have the professional and experience and the knowledge and the passion to work with teams and with organizations, and people that we believe we can together grow the market and reach this beautiful vision of Points of View of opening hearts and minds in organizations, teaching managers these new manager methodologies, the skills, the workshop. We are looking for partners who will do this path together with us, and that we can really invest in making them grow and make an impact. So again, I can talk about lots of things, but we don't have time. And as you can see here, there is limited spot. We cannot open it for everyone. We are choosing people that, again, have the professional know-how, the skills, the knowledge, and that we have the same vision, because we are planning also to invest lots of resources in growing the market with those business trainers of Points of View. If you have a calling, if you want to learn more, and you feel that this might be something for you, either write right now in the chat something. There is team over here, Shani is here, Nimod here, the team here. Say, I'm interested. We will contact you. We will give you all the details, and we will do a meeting either with me or with Nimod, our CEO, to see if this program really fits you and us, if it can be a win, and if we can really make amazing and significant things together. So if you are interested, make sure to reach out to us before this is going to be over, and we are going to start. It's going to be online, and it's starting in September. Besides that, I have lots of things else to say, but I see that it's for me 4 minutes before I finish. So I talk so much. Let me take a sip of water, of soda. Perfect. And I want to invite you, if you have any question, any comments, anything you would like to mention, to say, feel free, and you can just unmute yourself, please. And don't be shy. I want to hear you. Yes, don't have to. Irena, you can just speak. Unmute yourself, please.
Okay. What kind of tools have you been using in case 1 and case 2?
We use specifically Speak Up, the toolkit, the physical kit that we just got, by the way, the new version a few days ago, and the new version is upgraded version. I'm not going to talk about it right now. So we used the Speak Up, the toolkit, the physical toolkit. By the way, it's a part of our business certification. You will get it as well over there. And the Speak Up Digital. The Speak Up Digital also, it's going through an upgrade in the next 2 weeks. On the 10th of July, actually, we are going to launch the new version where today in the digital toolkit, managers and also our trainers can choose from a library of ready-made trainings. But a part of the upgrade that we are going to have in 2 weeks is that you and the managers that you are going to work with, you are going to be able to create your own processes using our tools.
Okay.
And you will be able to use different kind of templates. You can use ours, you can create your own, and we are going to have also a community area where if you created something powerful, then you might want to share it with some other people from around the world in the spirit of points of view.
Okay, thank you.
And by the way, just to say that in the business trainer certification, we are going to specifically teach how to work with SpeakUp, and the trainer that we are going to teach you to deliver to organizations, it's going to be mainly focused on SpeakUp. We are going to teach you how to teach organizations to really implement SpeakUp in the whole employee journey in the organizations, from the recruitment until they are moving to another role or finishing, and we are going to teach you to teach them how to pay it forward.
So indeed, it's creating SpeakUp culture in the organizations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Culture of SpeakUp, culture of dialogue. This is a part, again, of the new methodology of the manager. Culture of dialogue. This is a part of the real message that we bring. Thank you, Irena. Yes, please, anybody else, if you have questions, if you want to say something, anything.
I have a question. I don't know. Hi, my name is Ana Filipa. When you're telling that you are kind of looking for an elite group, already passionate and committed with it, what do you mean? Can you elaborate about that?
Yes.
Because I was wondering, do I need to be an L3 person?
No.
Or you understand that I'm already a very experienced and skilled person in the organizational field, so I maybe
I understand. First of all, I can tell you that even though we are launching it today, what we did first, we approached some very significant people from our tribe who are points of view that we know that we have. There are many of them, but we already approached some points of view experts and masters that we know that they are coming from the organization and they are already on board in the program. So the program is already filled with people, and we still have space. And what we are looking for are not necessarily people who are graduates of the academy, because the academy is more personal development and experience. So we are looking for people who are more organizational oriented. Okay. They did business coaching, manager coaching, they did teamwork. This is what they did. This is what they know how. This is where they are coming from. This is what they are passionate about. Maybe they are not doing it exactly how they are envisioning it, and they are looking new ways. So ideally, first of all, we are looking for people who knows this job. This is one. Two, if those people are already speaking the points of view language, for us, it's an added value. It's not a must, because again, the program, we are going to teach you step by step. It's not the academy. It's completely different. We are going to teach you completely new practical ways. It's not only about experiencing, it's about really practicing it, bringing it to life. One of the things of the academy, it's that many times the experience, it's very strong, but it's many times only experience. Now we are taking it to another level of being very practical, and we are going to teach you step by step, regardless if you are an academy graduate or not.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, anybody else before we're going to say?
For this program, and I'm looking so much forward to start in September. And I've been using SpeakUp lately, and it has been absolutely amazing. People are a little bit unsure, and they are like, ooh, what is this? And when they walk out the doors, like, this is the most fun I've ever done. Yeah. And I discovered so much about myself and my group and my team. So it's been amazing. I'm so happy.
Thank you, Nancy. I'm looking forward also. Thank you.
September. I'm ready.
September, I'm looking forward also. And it's like you said, in the beginning, they are suspicious. They don't know. I'm not sure. But then in the end, to see them not only having fun, but really touching significant issues and complicated issues in a very safe way, it's unique. Thank you.
It's amazing. Thank you.
And I just want to share to Anna one more thing, Anna, before you were asking. So it's not only for, because we have people coming also from education systems, who are working with the teams. So it's not only business coaching, regular business coaching. You might be an educator, wants to bring it to your school. Then it can be very, very relevant because education, we are going to do it next year. This is our next big thing in 2025. Education, hospitals. We are working now with a big hospital institute that wants to bring it to the whole team, thousands of employees. We are looking for people who are working with teams in different kind of settings in organizational environment. Yes, last person who wants to share or to say something before we have to close.
Quick question, Yaron. Who
Yes.
is running the training in the autumn? Who will be the facilitator?
Very, very good question. First of all, I have the privilege, I'm lucky to facilitate with Marek, our lead master, and that is head of the development, and worked very, very hard for developing this program together with me and for the Click It. So first of all, Marek, and not only Marek, we have also Rina from Israel, our lead master, is going to lead it. And together with Yeliz from Turkey, our lead master, that she's doing an amazing, amazing work in the last year with lots of organizations and Speak Up. And together with me, the four of us are going to lead it. And we are now working on all the processes. We want also to bring something new, something different than what we have in the academy, something that still has the magic of points of view and is powerful, but also something that is relevant and appropriate for organizations. It's a different language.
Yeah.
So we are working very hard, and we are waiting for you in September, in the 9th of September, online.
Great. Thank you.
And I just want to say one more thing, by the way. Thank you for asking. This time we are going to do also the certification process and how it's been done in the academy different. We are not going to throw you into the water and tell you, go ahead, take some photographs, do whatever you want. It's not going to work because we know how difficult it is. So we are, the whole team of facilitators are going to be there with you, practicing with you, giving you a feedback, and you are going to do your practicum as a part of the process.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Looking
That's
forward
great.
to see you there with us.
Thank you.
Okay, first of all, guys, everyone, really, I'm so happy. I'm excited. I'm telling you, I have a feeling exactly like I had 18 years ago when I came with the coaching game, and it was really the beginning, but it felt that something big is happening. And I think, and I feel that this time it's going to do the same thing with organizations all around the world. Thank you for being here today again, for finding the time, for listening, for asking questions, and thank you for the journey, for those of you who are doing with points of view with me. And I'm excited for the journey that we had ahead of us. If you have a calling to join to this amazing journey with us, to become a business trainer, and if you want to take what you are doing to the next level, I'm inviting you. Join us. Great things are going to happen. Lots of love from Israel, everyone. We will send you the recording. Looking forward to meet you personally.
Thank you. Bye.
Love you.
By the way, it's now Shishi in Israel. For those of you who know, it's Shabbat Shalom. For those of you who've been in the L3, it's Shabbat. It's a magical moment. I'm finishing here, me and the team. We are going home. I'm going to take my kids to the beach to surf, and I'm starting my Shabbat. It's mean resting, pause, being in a being mode. So Shabbat Shalom to all of you. Sending you lots of love from Israel.
Shabbat Shalom, Yaron.
Shalom.
Shabbat.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Yush.
Bye.
Bye. Shabbat Shalom.
Excited.
Shabbat Shalom.